Hi there, everyone. My name is Ken, and I am the CEO and founder of Cupid.io. And this video is on how to get your first matchmaking client on Cupid. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and scan that QR code in the top right of this video, and you can join as a matchmaker on the Cupid platform. But first things first, what is Cupid? Cupid is not a dating app. Cupid is a platform for relationships. Cupid is a place where clients can hire matchmakers to search, screen, and select potential matches for them that meet two core things: their relationship goals and their relationship timeline. And all this is done via a voice and a video date. How Cupid works for matchmakers, which is you guys, is you can become a matchmaker for free. We provide you free training and an awesome community on Discord that I'm going to really incentivize you to join. And that's where we are there every day building services and tools to help you build your matchmaking business. This can be either a side hustle or a full-time career, but here's how the money works. An average client pays you about $100 a month to hire you to search, screen, and select potential matches for them. Matchmakers earn anywhere between 60 and 80% of that client's revenue, and I'll get into that in a little second. But your job, like I said, is to search, screen, and select, and we'll explain what that looks like online and offline as a matchmaker. The different tiers for matchmakers is you earn between 60 and 80% of the revenue that a client pays. So, for example, in the gold tier, if you have 25 clients that you're working for on an average month, you're going to make almost $2,000 a month completely remote, can be completely side work, and there's no hours, no login, nothing like that. So if it sounds interesting to you, make sure you scan that QR code at the top right and join as a matchmaker today. Let's get into the specifics of this video, which is acquiring your very first client on Cupid. There are 3 key points you need before you get started as a matchmaker. Number 1, know your pitch. What does it mean to be a matchmaker, and how are you going to be different than other matchmakers out there? Number 2, start where it's easy. Start with your network. Who do you know, and who do you know that knows that person that could possibly be a customer of yours? And number 3 is my favorite part of this, and it's really the beauty of dating, is to ignite curiosity. Get excited. What does it look like to go on a new date and start a new relationship and start something new or special? It's your job to do that for a potential client, because most likely people are exhausted. They're tired of dating apps. They're tired of the experience of online dating, and I think it's probably bad at this point. Your job is to show them a new world where someone like you can be their matchmaker. Search, screen people that are already going to fit their expectations, and only show them really amazing folks, because who doesn't love a good date? It's the bad dates that drive us all down, right? All right, so let's talk about your pitch first thing. So number 1, what do you call yourself? Who do you serve, and who do you work for? If you've ever heard of an elevator pitch, or that 60-second, 1 or 2 sentence pitch, that's what you're going for. But let me give you an example of a pitch I made a few minutes ago. Hi, I'm Kara. I'm a matchmaker for Cupid. I work with women in their 20s and 30s who are tired of dating apps and who are ready to meet their person. Are you tired of dating apps too? So this was so useful, because what I did is I introduced myself, I gave an age range most likely of the person standing in front of me, and I am prompting them with a question. And I just say, hey, like, whether you're single or not, aren't you tired of dating apps? Don't you think there's a better way to do this? And that ignites that curiosity and gets them interested in saying, yeah, I am tired of that. Next is, why should someone work with a professional matchmaker? The first thing you're going to get from a person who might want to become a client for you is they're going to say, well, I'm already on Tinder and Bumble and Hinge. And my favorite response to something like that is, great. And I encourage you to keep doing that. Dating is a skill, and it is not something we're all born with. We're not born with the congeniality to just magically know how to charm someone into becoming our partner. We have to put in a lot of energy and effort to learn how to date. And so what matchmakers do is they screen out people who are a good fit for you, and hopefully you've already become a good dater at that point. So the value that a professional matchmaker provides is time, energy, professional screening, and the work with potential matches. And that none of that is provided in a dating app. No fake profiles, real people, real screening, and really having someone work for you to help get things done. Don't forget, you have to talk about the alternatives, because whenever someone tells me, I'm not sure if I'm ready to try with a matchmaker, first thing, the first month is always free for every client. It's a commitment we've made as a company-wide, because we know matchmaking isn't that common yet. It's going to be, but it's not yet. So you have to remind someone of the 2 options they have in dating right now. Number 1, they can swipe their life away. Swipe, swipe, swipe. And we know that's already got us. So it's not really a hard battle to convince someone to be willing to try out matchmaking, because we know swiping is not the answer for most people. And number two, how often does someone go to a bar or an event or a club or a something with the intention of trying to meet someone? They come home, bored or drunk or exhausted, and they totally missed out the entire evening. The idea is we're trying to conserve time and provide value to our customers, and that's what a matchmaker does. So knowing your pitch, knowing who you help and how you're going to help them is so important. Next thing, start with your network. So if you know anything about pitching, cold pitching or pitching from, randomly can be kind of hard. The idea is that you want to talk to people that you already know who might be interested in hiring you for this service. So like it says in the slide, it's a new business. Don't be afraid to tell people about it. What's the worst thing that can happen? If you have 0 clients right now and you tell 10 people about being a matchmaker, what's the worst thing that can happen? They all say no to you. Well, it's the same position you were at 10 minutes ago, right? You want to bring it up and get people's advice, get people's wisdom. What would you do if you're a matchmaker? Do you think this is interesting? Do you think it's an opportunity for people? Next thing is your social media network, where people already know you and tune into what you talk about, is gold. Use TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's all free. What do you have to lose? And we actually made a whole video on this, on how to use social media as a matchmaker. So make sure you check that out as well. Next is to ask your very close circle. Do you have family or friends or someone in your connection network that might be interested in actually becoming a client of yours? You are providing a service to someone. It's not a negative thing to work with a matchmaker, but it's also private. It doesn't have to be everyone's news or knowledge, but you really want to ask for referrals and say, hey, you told me about your cousin Jessica, who's really had a hard time in dating, or she's recently divorced. Do you think she might be interested in working with me? And I could possibly help her go set her up on new dates and connect her with new matches. Maybe possible. Last is get in your greater network. Now that you've already talked to your close circle and then maybe your social network, now you need to think about the people in your actual physical network. That's clubs, PTA, that's church, that's sports leagues, that's chamber of commerce. Who do you know? Sometimes it might surprise you who you might know that would be interested in hiring you to get some help. Last but not least is to ignite curiosity. There's 2 things you have to overcome whenever you have a new client or you're selling a new service: price and anxiety. My favorite phrase when I talk to someone about my matchmaking practice is, imagine a world where, and this is where you can kind of dream up a scenario in which, it helps the client understand what the world would be like if you were to be their matchmaker. For example, imagine a world where a matchmaker vets matches for you and dates were automatically booked on your calendar that were convenient on your schedule. Does that sound interesting? Well, that's actually what Cupid does. So these are the kind of really cool new innovations that a tech company like Cupid can work with matchmakers to provide to their customers. And doesn't that experience seem amazing? That's not an experience you're ever going to get from a Bumble or a Hinge or a Tinder. Next is to overcome price. The price is set by Cupid. If anything, we're going to give you the ability as a matchmaker to charge more in the future, but it will never be less than what is on our website. So we all give a free trial. That's a commitment all matchmakers and Cupid give to our prospective customers. One person can only sign up one free trial ever. We do that. We vet that based on their email and their name and their everything. So in that free trial, you're really teaching them about what it's like and what the world would be like if they were to keep using you on a regular basis. But the free trial also helps you as a matchmaker make it less scary and say, hey, just try it. What's the worst that could happen in 30 days? We make you match and something happens amazing? Cool. The next thing is privacy. So a lot of our potential clients are not people that go on dating apps. Maybe they've tried it, or maybe they dabbled, but they're not interested anymore. Their goal is to find their match. It's not about being public and telling everyone they're dating. So with Cupid, you have to remind them that only matchmakers can see their profile. Other singles cannot see your client, and your client can't see other singles. They're not doing work. Your client's only job is to review singles' profiles that you send them and to go on dates with them. That's it. No one can jump on Cupid and search through all potential clients and things and then see your client and out them for dating. And finally, there's not any risk. So your client does a free trial for a month and they stay on for 6 months and then, it's just not working for them or they're going to move or just something happens. They can cancel anytime and there's no contracts. That's good for you and that's good for the client of giving them the ability. But last but not least, do not forget your job here is to ignite curiosity. Who's out there? Can I help you find them? Can I help you filter through them? Can I help you screen? And only set you up with people who really meet your goals and timelines, because isn't that the best part of dating? And that's what you can provide as a matchmaker. Last but not least, you are able, as a matchmaker, to actually recruit other matchmakers. So you can get $200, as you can see on the screen here. First client another matchmaker gets, you and them both get $50. Their sixth client, you and them both get $50. And the last one, on their 11th client, you both get $100. A nice little bonus to inspire you to remember, invite other matchmakers to the platform. Lastly, Cupid is a platform, but also a community of matchmakers. We're all business owners who want to help each other by adding new singles to the network, by recruiting new clients. So you can meet all of our other matchmakers on our Discord channel. So you can go ahead and scan this QR code, come join our channel, and we're so excited to see you there and come join us as a matchmaker. Thanks again, and I'm Ken, and I'll see you on Cupid.